Antoine Papiernik is chairman and managing partner at Sofinnova Partners. His firm invests in startups, spin-offs, turnaround projects, and specializes in the area of life sciences. Good morning, Antoine. Thank you very much for joining us. So take us through what you're thinking right now. Are you still very bullish about the prospects for biotech in 2019?
Thanks, Dominic, for having me from Paris. Well, yes, we are clearly optimistic. I think, life science is an area where, in general, people die and they would rather not. So if you bring the innovative drugs to market, you have a market, and therefore there's an interest in the space. So biotech, as you said, has been incredibly booming because the small innovative companies have been bringing products to market. In fact, 2018 has been the record year of products brought or agreed by the FDA. So just as a symbol of the fact that this industry is actually producing results.
Antoine, where do you see the most positive development coming out? In what areas in life sciences? We focus so much on things like diabetes. We focus on cancer. Is it orphan drugs? Novel type diseases? Where exactly do you think there will be the opportunity for investors, the most impressive ones, at least, in 2019?
Well, I guess oncology will remain probably the #1 sector for a very simple reason. People die of cancer, and there's huge demand here. There's a lot of innovation and new things have been done, but still, I think a lot needs to be done. So I think here the complexity of the area is such that you need to be careful what you do. Again, biotech is a specialist trade, but if you find the right drugs, the right management team to manage them from early stage to later stage, then I think you can create a lot of value. So oncology clearly is an area of interest. I would say my #2 would be neurodegeneration. Alzheimer, Parkinson, the aging population, this is a huge unmet clinical need. For a long time, and still today, I would say to a certain extent, the brain is sort of a black box. And I think the new advances in imaging and in understanding how the brain works, I think, is starting to bring some fruit. So certainly between the market size and the real sheer innovation in the sector, neurodegeneration is probably a very important area for the future.
We know that the testing and trial process is complex. So is the government regulatory structure behind it, not just in the U.S., but Europe and Asia as well. So when you as a VC investor look at putting money into a company to invest, what exactly are you looking for primarily? What gives you the best odds of success for a company to succeed or get bought out by another large cap company?
Well, you said it. This is a business where, in fact, the risk of development is there. Let's not be delusional about it. But I think if you, concentrate on great science, okay, that needs to be the case to start with, and make sure you also do what we call the killing experiments, meaning the real experiments before you actually bring this product to human clinical trials that really allow you to really define, is this going to be something big? And if it's not going to be something big, then just not, kill it. Don't develop it. I think that's one of the things that is one of the learnings, certainly that I've had at Sofinnova Partners for the last 20 years. Just to kill early those companies that are not going to be the winners, because ultimately, one of the things we cannot forget in the biotech business, it's not like internet or some other sectors. You have lives of patients in your hands, and ultimately you're trying to develop products to save patients' lives. So whatever you can do to concentrate all the efforts early to define whether that's going to be a big one, I think is where you need to pay attention. And what makes that possible, and that's, I guess, the case in most industries, is management. So, for the same science, the same great innovation, you have proper management. This is what will lead you to success, or an early defeat. And defeat is okay in that space. You need to start often and then make sure you concentrate on the winners.
Antoine, with just a few moments left here, how do investors like yourself and others avoid the next Theranos? It was a high-profile flop. It was in biotech and life sciences. What do you do, or how can you avoid that?
Well, so listen, I'm not an insider to the story. I've read the book like a lot of people, but I think I've spoken to a lot of people that actually saw the plan early on and said no. One of the things that I find just remarkable is that there was not one single specialist healthcare venture capitalist at the capital of the company. I mean, as I said earlier, this is a field of specialists. In the digital world, you can fake it till you make it. In the biotech world, you cannot do that for a primary reason, which is that you have the health of patients in your hands. So, I would say if you don't fake it till you make it, you need to make it till you break it, probably. As I said, if it doesn't work, just don't develop it. And I think that's one of the major learnings, I would say, from Theranos and other stories. Just don't develop something that's not going to be working for patients.
A fascinating discussion, obviously something everybody is concerned about, their health. Antoine Papiernik, thank you very much for joining us live from Paris this morning.